to the tournament floor for a game. It's the final match between NaVi and Alliance. Winner will be taking home the championship. Best of luck to both teams, and enjoy the games.
Alliance versus 2011 International Champions, NaVi.
Everything hangs in the balance. It all comes down to this. One more game, $2 million on the table. Winner, first place at the International, the aegis and the prestige of being the best Dota 2 team in the world. The loser, second place, and only 600,000. And here we go, Lumi. And it wouldn't be appropriate if we didn't have another Wisp.
Well, Wisp has 100% win rate.
In the grand finals.
In grand finals, and Alliance takes it. So by statistics, can we just go home, or we?
If we were Bruno, we'd just say show's over, folks. But we're casters, we're gonna stick with it. So they get a Wisp. They actually, the reply from NaVi was identical this game. They pick up Bat, then they pick up Alk, same draft that we saw before. Alliance, the reply, same from them as well. They go for Profit. It has an eerie feeling about it. They're on the same sides. It's the same draft thus far. Will these paths diverge? I think they already have, actually.
I feel like we're watching a scrim. Like, you know how teams practice against each other and say, you know what, we want to practice one strategy, you want to practice other strategy, let's keep everything the same and let the play decide itself. But
hell of a scrim. Hell of a friggin' scrim.
Scrim with $1.4 million on the line.
For first, and then $2 million total if you factor in second. It's a lot of money. But NaVi have already broken the mold. Last game, they went third pick Puck. This game, they go Rubik. And then the reply, Ake's Crystal Maiden. Now NaVi, in the last phase of the previous draft, Enigma was banned. Puppy could not get his hands on it. This time around, he will not be denied. He's got his Enigma.
An Enigma pickup here on 4th is not a bad order to go about it, because Alliance has shown their support. So you know exactly what you get away with, whether he needs a BKB, whether he wants to go Blink. So Alliance need to pick up something that could actually pierce through a BKB. And I gotta say, S4 played the Beastmaster in game number 1. Wasn't the best play because so much actually focused onto him, but I mean, why not? I think Beastmaster is a pickup here, but no, he wants to go with the Puck.
Oh, this is looking good, Lumi. On one side, we've got what looks to be a Dendi Bat, and on the other, we've got the S4 Puck. At long last, we're gonna get a real showdown in the mid lane. Two heroes that can snowball. Two heroes that can find early kills. Two of the best gankers in the game. Oh, get excited for this.
All right, so a couple of things real fast. NaVi needs to pick up a little bit more burst damage. Last game, Alliance, you saw the Wisp surviving for quite a bit, even with the Flaming Lasso. So I think they need to get burst damage to actually pierce through the Wisp and kill him immediately. At the same time, Alliance for the last draft need to get some damage output, because if BKB ends up being on the Alchemist and on Enigma, there's just no damage output at all coming out from Alliance.
And Puck does not transition as well into a semi-carry role as a Night Stalker.
Now, Nature's Prophet does give you some damage, but he gets it much later.
There is an anti-mage in the pool here. And we have seen a lot of teams in the past, when they really need a win, they turn to anti-mage. Gyro's been banned out. Loda doesn't normally play PL without a Coddle. What are they going to pick for Loda?
Anti-mage, PA.
There is a CK, there's a Tiny, I mean, there's the classic Wisp partners, but
there's options.
They don't farm that well, generally speaking. Tiny does eventually, but CK not so much.
Yeah, with the wide hero pool that Loda has, it's really, really hard to predict. Meanwhile, NaVi, of course, needing Funix hero, although it's not set just yet. Bat Rider was played by Funix last game, and maybe they pick up Dendy. Wow,
Dendi!
Templar Assassin!
Opa Dendi, Opa Dendi! We're gonna see a Dendi TA mid, and TA, by the way, does very well against Puck.
Oh, she does.
This is a tough matchup. This is gonna be hard for S4. That puts Funnick into the jungle as Bat, and now Alliance, their final chip on the table. It's all in on this Loda last pick. What's it gonna be?
I have no freaking clue. I have no freaking clue.
Loda, what's he thinking of here? Is it a Sven? Is it a Tiny? Is it a CK? Is it an anti-mage? They're showing his max kills, his max GPM. Can't go out. That's not an option.
I think against Templar Assassin, of the heroes that you listed, Tiny is probably the best. But no, they're going to go with Chaos Knight. So Wisp Chaos Knight for the final game of the International number 3. Both teams trying to go home with $1.4 million, and of course, the lovely Aegis.
And that. That one matters. To these players, in some ways, it may matter more than the money. Not that the money isn't nice, but they want to be known as the best. Not second best, not close, but the best. And to be the best, you got to win this game. It's game 5 of a best of 5 Alliance versus NaVi. $2 million at stake. There's no more games to fall back on. There's no more second chances. You win or you finish second. And here we go. It's tense.
It's tense.
There's a
Indeed.
palpable air in this crowd.
Everybody's just waiting with bated breath. I mean, obviously, they're just strategizing. We're going to see Dendi on the Templar Assassin. We're definitely going to see Puppey on the Enigma. Kuroki going to handle his world-famous Rubik. Bat Rider, it's going to go to Funnick. And last but not least, Havos. He's been playing Alchemist all day long, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been playing a lot of Alchemist. Of course, this is another game of Dota, right? It's still Dota in the end. $2 million on the table, but it's a very big game of Dota. NaVi, the International 1 champions, they've attended now 3 grand finals. Can they make a second championship theirs? Can they take another home? Havos the Alp, Funnick the Bat, Kuroki on the Rubik, Dendi the TA mid, and last but not least, Puppey on the Jungle Enigma. Our first ever Game 5 at the International on the side of the Alliance. The Kings in the North, yet to lose a series at this tournament. They've lost a few games in a row here, but they battled back to force this game. S4 on his signature puck. EGM, the EO, the Wisp. Ake, the Crystal Maiden. Loda on the Chaos Knight, and they're heading to the bottom lane. Last but not least, it's Admiral Bulldog expecting to go 1v1 against the Funnick Bat, starting with a Magic Stick, heading to the top lane.
So Loda and his team decides to go offensive trialing with the Wisp. Now Wisp generally considered very weak on the offensive trialing because he has 0 armor, but I think they're definitely on the offensive. And let's see if Havos, and of course with Kuroki's backup, whether he could handle it. Back in the mid lane, Dendi is going to have a little bit of assistance. Puppey will destroy the first creep with Demonic Conversion, and that should be a tiny kind of assistance there. And of course, he is going to be matched up against S4's puck. By the way, no polling here. So this is as true of a 1v1 as it possibly gets.
Yeah, nice work by Bulldog here. Sends a trance to the top rune. Will deny the creep, and meanwhile,
Havos,
bottom lane, they're
Havos.
hunting Havos, but unable to pick him off. He's way off. So, aggressive tri-lane, and the reason this really could work is because NaVi are running a jungle Enigma. So, at best, it's a dual lane bottom, and in fact, it won't be a dual lane bottom. Kuroki's gone top.
Want to get a first blood top. I don't think Admiral Bulldog was expecting this at all.
Yeah, this lane could get first blood, but really not until level 2, I feel. Let's see, though. Maybe you can run him down with Napalm.
If you get like 4 stacks on him, just with Napalms and right clicks, it could do it. 1 stack?
There's not many stacks now. They're going to have to really wait for this.
2 stacks?
Meanwhile, Alliance, they didn't ward the pole camp. It seems like they want NaVi to go for the poles, expecting Kuroki to be there and then kill him, but he's not. They just have vision. So Havos sitting back. Both teams, it's a tense moment. A first blood could very well decide this game. Such snowball-oriented lineups on both sides.
Mid lane here, Dendi dropping out a ton of harass with the side blades. Last hit, denies, and of course, a ton of harass. And now S4.
This is a very hard matchup for Puck. TA is going to have the better damage as you level up the refraction, and ultimately, S4 cannot kill a TA by himself unless he gets a big rune, and Dendi gets ganked, overextends hugely unless there's another hero in support. So Dendi's going to have an edge mid in the mid lane. That could be huge. They're trying to force this first blood top. It's not going to happen, though. Kuroki, in the end, will back off.
Yeah, so Admiral
Bottom lane. Havos on the run, gets pulled into a tether. He's channeling a stun, but he's been locked in position. Dropping fast, not dead yet. Loda's low. Loda is going to die.
Havos drops the first blood. Admiral Bulldog going for the kill right now. Tanner to break the trees. Tango up here by Havos. He's got a juke. He's got a
low. Ake's
charging
low.
of a sun.
Is he really going to do it?
Oh my god!
He might get
Havos going for the kill. Is he going to get it? Havos gets the double kill. My god! Havos is simply too damn good.
1v4. He finds 2. He does fall, but man, NaVi, talk about a clutch play there. That is so huge. That could just win them the game. That one moment right there.
I'm shaking my head in disbelief.
They're tri-laning against an Alchemist. Alchemist is not good at the early levels. He's got 2 armor. He's got 700 HP. Just great juking.
Ooh, now
they're going again. Once more, they'll go for a boast. A 1 second stun. The luck not with them.
He's got Magic Stick. Magic Stick, 4 charges. Can he get to the trees? He will. He's going to be saved. Tango.
He's going to live. They're still going for this. Bulldog taking
the jukes. So much juke for the trees being destroyed. One more stun. He's still juking to the right side. Tower. EGM's low. Can you get the kill on EGM? Oh my god.
He's got another tether here.
Acid Spray! Acid Spray gets the kill. Havos.
So they're quad laning bottom. Let's just call it what it is. It's a quad lane. That's 2 Bulldog TPs to the bottom lane. They have 4 heroes bottom, and he is leading 3-2. And meanwhile, Dendy's 1v1 mid. He's winning his lane handily, 11 and 10 already. And Funnick, free farm top lane. There's nobody here. Puppy, he's got the jungle to himself. He's just rubbing his palms together. Alliance is really shooting themselves in the foot, and Havos is putting them in a horrible position.
Well, they got to keep up the aggression right now. I mean, Kuroki is pretty much a free kill if you get that tether in. But so far they don't find it. Meanwhile, Havos just picking him items after items. The boots and speed pickup, as well as the magic stick pickup after his death, was absolutely huge and allowed him to survive long enough so that Tower could do the rest. But let's quickly check out the mid lane. You were saying that Dendy was leading quite a bit, and look at the CS difference, 15 and 13.
He's crushing this lane. He's got 14 denies against the ranged hero. Look at the level disparity already. Dendy versus the Puck. He's a full level ahead. He's halfway to 6. S4, not even halfway to 5. And once
they want it one more time on the bot lane. Havos down to about half HP. Pops a magic wand quite early. Drops a stun. Needs to get a lift. There's a lift. Defensive toss back. And Navi stays death once again.
Havos lives yet again. They keep on trying to find kills. When you run an aggressive tri-lane Wisp, when you run an aggressive tri-lane in general, you need to get those kills. They were up against nothing but an Alk. It felt like it should have been easy, but Havos just outplayed them. Absolutely outplayed them. And now Alliance, it's still close in terms of gold experience. It's not out of reach by any means, but this lineup really does rely on getting ahead, and they're behind. NaVi is looking so masterful right now.
Well, Navi, you know when they're ahead, they definitely want to apply pressure, and the pressing question is, when is that pressure going to come? Is it going to come from Dendy? Is it going to come from Funnick? Or is it going to come from Enigma, from his pushes? As well, Jungle Havos says, all right, I had it all on the bot lane. I'm rotating. I'm ganking Havos?
He does have 2 CS. I guess that's the one good piece of news, but that's about it, Luby. And it's not a 4 protect 1. They have Dendy mid on TA. They have plenty of other damage. So they don't need Havos to be the hard carry. Simply dropping acid spray, throwing out stuns, Dendy can carry this game. He's going for the phase boots. He's got his magic wand coming soon. And with this kind of start, 26 and 17, they need to gank him, but their lineup isn't that good at ganking TA. The refraction charges are going to be a real pain for them to deal with.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden's Frostbite, it's going to be their best spell to get that gank off, but she is so slow that if she makes a gank at TA kills her. So yeah, I think Alliance is definitely out of options. Now, we've seen Alliance in this position in the past where early game they struggle, but mid game they always come back. And it's going to be on the back of an S4 Puck. I have absolute confidence that we're going to see a lot more better fights out of S4.
But he's losing his lane. He's 19 and 3. Dendy's 29 and 18.
Lane's overrated. S4's S4.
He is really losing his lane, though. This is going to be tough for him. Not yet level 6. Nowhere near a blink. He can't even get the runes because Havos is denying him at every corner. More things going Navi's way. Funnick, level 6 as well. He's got 900 gold. Once he gets a blink, you look at Alliance and just look at these heroes. Ake, no Ogre Club for him, no Tranquil Boots, sitting with 500 HP. The Wisp.
They want Loda.
Nothing.
They want Loda. Loda's going to get lifted. He's going to get tossed back. We're going to see a stun to the face. Malefice on top as well. And Loda being left alone. 4 seconds stun, trying to get the kill. He's not going to do it. Oh, Havos! Oh, nice pickoff by Alliance. Nice pickoff.
Great pick up by them, but Loda dies as a Chaos Knight. This hero does not flash farm. This hero does not really catch up from farm. So dying there, a huge loss nonetheless. Havos falls, but Dendy's still farming. Funnick's still farming. Puppy's still farming. And we're so used to when Alliance is winning, Loda gets off to a hot start and never looks back. He's being shut down right now. 30 and 8, but his net worth.
Top lane, they want Funnick. Funnick gets relocated back here, and Funnick just melts to the pressure. Can he make it out alive? Magic's no.
Dead. Big kill for the Alliance. All of a sudden, EGM's level 5. He's close to level 6. That was an off-lane bat who was level 7. I mean, getting that, the gold is nice, but the experience, the big thing there.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did not have a magic stick or a point into his flame break, so he basically had no defense mechanism against that.
Going in on S4. He's not killing him, but again, continue to zone him off the lane, winning in terms of farm. He's prepping with the traps. S4, got to be careful
Have
here.
we ever seen S4 be this pressure in a true 1v1? There's no polling, there's no ganks. It's just Dandy straight up 1v1ing and outplaying S4.
It's the matchup. I mean, TA really does crush Puck 1v1. You have no way to remove refraction. You don't have as much damage as the TA, and he's not getting ganked. So without that, I mean, they'll need the Wisp, they'll need the Prophet to get involved to catch up.
Orb's being tossed out, trying to push the lane back. Dandy's going to blind check top here. Hopefully he finds himself a rune, and it's going to be in bot lane. Of course, Puppy's already on top of that.
Oh, watch out. Ooh, Puppy's on the hunt.
Traps.
There's a lot of traps here. S4 heading down the river. He gets Malphite stuck. Black hole as well! And S4 will fall. Another kill for NaVi.
Oh my goodness, every single lane being decimated by NaVi. Are we going to see a two-time champion?
It's a little early yet, Lumi. It's close, though. Leading in terms of gold, leading in terms of experience. Alliance will need to dig deep here. It's a triple gauntlet build from EGM. Pure tank. He wants to live through the burst. He knows it's coming. And now with Black Hole down, they do have Phantasm here on Loda. They will have Relocate soon. Alliance, they'll need to rely on ganks to get back in this game. Because when it comes to farm, Habost, he'll get Greevil's Greed very soon, I imagine. And he'll start catching up. The rest of them are out farming Alliance right now.
Yeah, we have seen how Alliance snowballs. They were behind before. Keep in mind, last game, after one 5-man wipe, they just win the game off that. So Alliance definitely very much so still in the game. EGM gotta get to level 6 though, so he needs to turn back to the jungle with the Crystal Maiden, and hit that 6.
The first tower for the Alliance falls top. The tier 1 is down, and now they can go back, continue to pull, get that Wisp a level 6, and go for some ganks. They'll have a Bulldog Midas, so that tower pretty important in that regard. Still though, it does feel like Navi were very comfortable giving it up. Did not force the defense. They're waiting on some next items. Funnick, his Blink Dagger coming soon. Puppy, Mech not too far off. He's about 1,200 gold away. Dendi, close to his next item. And I think this is a BKB game to me. We'll see what Dendi wants to go for, but here we go. Relocate on Habost, trapped in position. This time does he get out? Not that easy. Alliance strikes back with a vengeance, 5-5, and a much needed kill. They continue to shut this out down.
A momentary lapse in Havost's judgment. Does not see Havost turn level 6, and that was an instant game.
EGM just hit level 6 there. Very quick relocate. Now we'll go for an Urn. And hey, Loda, no time wasted in farming. Chaos Knight's not a great farmer, but when you have Wisp, you spend less time on the ganks.
Yeah, when you're participating in those kills and you get those kills, yeah, it helps you farm quite a bit. Meanwhile, Kuroki is level 6 as well, so we saw a game where last time he did not get anything done because he was getting picked off. This game, he's got a quick level 6, and what are some of the good spells that he could steal this game?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing to point out is, sure, Habost is getting shut down, but to me, Navi and Alliance both are winning when their supports have the hot start. And right now, Puppy's level 8, Kuroki's level 6, they're both having a hot start. I think after the Arcane Boots, Kuroki maybe just tank up a little bit, get your Magic Wand, work towards your Blink Dagger. Puppy will go mech, and once they get that next level of items, finding pickoffs gets really easy for them.
Yeah, I mean, Kuroki could tank up or he could get a Blink. And I'm more leaning towards a Blink.
We'll see. Yeah. He's got a lot of options here. He'll wait. He'll bide his time. There are other heroes to initiate as well. There's Funnick to jump in first. There's nothing that big to steal an Alliance. Maybe Dreamcoil or Silence, but I think the big thing is just to stay alive and find a good jump. 5 heroes mid for Navi. They love to fight early. They love to fight constantly, and they're hunting S4. Ooh. There's a Blink, a lasso as well. Locked in place, and just look at it melt.
Oh, Aki, you're in the wrong neighborhood. One more trap's gonna do Malefice on top. They're backing off because there's a huge backstab from Loda. Oh, EGM's gonna get, oh, there's the kill. And now Loda in huge trouble. Can they have traps? Can they have stun? Meanwhile, Loda somehow finds a double kill. Oh. The stun comes out. Aki, couple more hits, but it's a 2-second stun. Aki's still alive. Kuroki on the backline trying to get the right glow. The zap from Kuroki. They're not done just yet. Dendi trying to get the Mel Strike. He finds it. Kuroki.
Dendi! Dendi! Out of his mind right now. In comes S4. There's a stun from Habost with his dying wishes. Oh. Dendi, though, will fall. And immediately the Alliance replies. But they do buy back on Loda. A costly defense for them.
Oh my goodness, I thought he was gonna Mel Strike dodge that stun, but of course there was a Sentry Ward down, so Alliance getting some critical kills. Tier 1 tower under siege right now. Funnick, ooh, shift Q on the Blink, but they are not done defending this.
There's no lasso here, the orb was stolen.
Oh, Kuroki!
What a play, he's caught S4! S4 Orbing out, still alive, even better, he replies, still standing strong. Funnick, one more hit, not enough, he will not die. 2 dead for NaVi. And S4 is really playing with fire here. How does he live? How does he live?
With all these frequent team fights, very, very hard to judge who's actually ahead. Want to take a stab at it, LD?
It's so close. I don't think there's a clear advantage. It comes down to the next level of fights. It comes down to the next items. Dead even, both teams going blow for blow. Who's going to win the bigger fights, though? I think the one thing to consider, NaVi, very close to key items. Mech on Puppey coming very soon. They've got Black Hole. We didn't see it in that last fight. And then you look at some of these other heroes. Havost is very poor, but Dendy's working towards a BKB. So looking at the items for NaVi, I'd say they've got the items to fight now, whereas Alliance, they're more focused on farming, and the items that they need are going to take longer. You have a lot of gold on Bulldog, and it's going into a Shadow Blade. So if NaVi continue to fight with those items, they're ahead. If they don't, then Alliance could easily come back.
Yeah, and like you said, NaVi definitely looking to fight right now, because once the mech is up on Puppey, we saw how close that team fight was in the mid lane. And if you pop the mech, that is a 250 HP heal. That's a ton of armor per activation. So I think NaVi can take an engagement. They got to focus down on this tier 1 tower, though, because that will open their gank path by quite a bit.
And there's your mech on Puppey. That's a big item to pick up. He's actually your lead farmer in terms of CS. Of course, net worth won't be going his way. A lot of them are jungle creeps, but here we go. Havost in the front lines. I don't even need to say that. He's always in the front lines.
He shouldn't be leading the front line because there's no stun on him.
Yeah, can't really get the jump. Ideally, it's Funnick, so Smoke ain't gonna fail. That's 5 heroes wasting their time. Meanwhile, Aki and S4. Puppey's gonna find a mid, but is it Puppey who gets caught or mid? But S4 just walked into a gank party. Here's your relocate. Here we go.
Oh, Black Hole still ready to go. The Kuroki's dropping low. Oh my god, hit so hard. Havost trying to find a kill. Meanwhile, Dendy trying to focus on S4. S4 dies again. The relocate goes back out. Lotus says, where's my bus home? Where's the bus? Because Dendy is dropping big mill strikes.
And NaVi are pulling away with this game. Bulldog caught. Bulldog will fall. Triple kill for Dendy.
Dendy looking for more. He got Maelstrike Funnick. Oh, what a tether away by EGM. But the trap, will it hit? No, he will not. EGM will survive.
If NaVi win this game, they will be the first team in the history of Dota 2 to win 2 internationals. There's only been 2 winners. NaVi could be the team that takes 2 in a row. Well, not 2 in a row, but 2 total. It's looking closer and closer. They're starting to snowball. They've got more pickoff potential. Alliance, they desperately need their next items. Lotus BKB, the blink for S4, the buyback crushing him. And you look at the gold earned, forget this, because with the buybacks, it's a lot worse. With the heroes they have, they need more gold. Alliance, the giants from the north, from Sweden, are in a lot of trouble.
And they're in trouble because Loda, like we said earlier, really used to having a ton of farm. He's on a hero that can't farm that well. They're pinging out low. They're saying, man, he's only got a drums. He really needs his BKB as soon as possible.
Meanwhile, Dendy's got one. There's nothing to stop him. There is not a single ability that can hold him in place. They can slow him down. If he gets off the BKB, all Alliance can do is head for the hills. That is it.
The only thing they have, and this is kind of like a really stretching out there, as a ground target as Sprout. If you could Sprout Dendy within the BKB, he doesn't have anything like a blink to get out. Now with that said, you have things like Midnight Pulse, you have things like Firefly, those will easily break the tree, so I don't count on that one being effective against Dendy.
Yeah, with the BKB, he doesn't have to fight now. He can continue to farm. And NaVi are going to push the bottom lane. The tier 1 bottom trying to trade for the tier 2 top. But Alliance, normally on top of these trades, seems like they're going to be on the losing side. NaVi, tier 1 will fall. And if they want to defend top, they most likely can. The tier 1 falls. NaVi inching closer. Inching closer. Not there yet. No relocates. But we'll see. There's always the threat, right, of Alliance having a big relocate gank, picking NaVi off 1 by 1, and rolling from there. So NaVi are doing the right thing. Not overextending, not forcing it, playing, keep ahead. They're not afraid to fight, but they'll take their fights selectively.
I think Alliance may be angling for a Roshan snipe here.
Oh, Denny's already on the ball. Traps at the pit. You ain't going to pull a fast one on him.
Yeah, you talked about having Alliance having the ability to do a gank. I really think they need to reserve their relocate and do counter ganks because Navi is definitely quite far ahead. Perhaps they will be a little bit over aggressive, and if you have a good relocate on top, you could take advantage of Navi's over aggression. But that predicates on Navi making a mistake, and so far they're looking pretty good.
Another tower falls. The Alliance, they just kept on rolling in game 4. But now it's NaVi who take yet another tower, feeling confident to force fights. When you're up against a superior 5-man, you normally want to gank or split push, but Alliance not going for the ganks, not really split pushing that quickly yet. Bulldog working towards the Shadow Blade, but will he be able to get them creeps going their way? Loda wants to go bottom. And all of a sudden, that Havos that had 2 creeps at like 8 minutes, look at him now. He's got a Shadow Blade. Only 1 point in Greeble's Greed. He's catching up. Alk, one of the best in the business for that.
Yeah, then they continue to farm on the top lane. 1,300 gold in the bank. I imagine it's gotta be a Blink Dagger. One of Dendi's favorite item, and to be honest, a really, really good item in this game. If you could blink on the back line and focus on EGM or focus on Aki, they just melt in like 2 hits.
Yeah, Dendi can go in 1v5 and make this with the BKB and blink and make this a 5v3 instantly by himself. They actually can't kill him before he does it. And here we go. Alliance going for Roche, but they're going to back off. It's very tense here. A terrible fight at Roche is probably GG for NaVi. Alliance are not ready to take that risk yet. There's so much at stake for these teams.
Yep.
So much in NaVi. They might even go for it. Remember, they've got Acid Spray Max.
They got Meld.
They've got Meld.
Yeah.
And they've got the Vision superiority with Firefly. So I think NaVi can just take this. Alliance are going to have to fight. No Blink on S4. No Aegis shenanigans easily available. It comes down to a relocate gank. It comes down to Vision. Will they get it? Trance into the pit. NaVi bringing down Roche fast. S4 prepping to jump. Firefly's there from Funnick. Not going to let him go in easy. Relocate's there.
Black Hole! Loda gets caught here. Where's the physical damage? There's nothing. The Black Hole gets canceled. Where is Dendi? Puppy's dropping low. Puppy's dead, but S4 is dead now. 2-man sprawl on top. Loda still racking everybody away.
Dendi is still alive. They can't stop him. EGM in a whole world of trouble. He's gonna live, but the way lies open. Bulldog TP's in.
Relocate TP with buyback. CK's here.
Dendi, get out of there.
He wants to fight. He wants to fight.
There's no detection. There's no
EGM,
detection.
no, he came by his lonesome.
Oh, trying to get out to left, but the sun's gonna hit. Oh my God!
Jams it in. Blows him up, and now Roshan. How do they fight it? They've used so much to contest this Roche. The buyback on Wisp, the buyback on CK. Now Funnick wants to go again. Firefly's up. Loda, EGM. If they die again, they've got no buyback. Dendi muscling forward. Will it matter though? Dendi's here, and Dendi is ready to fight. Roche dropping fast. He's not in the pit. Alliance heading on.
Oh, Ake trying to do something here. Volt's dropping low. Ake's gonna drop as well. And Dendi, he's doing way too much. Nobody's actually focusing him. Dendi perhaps trying to right-click on Loda. Down to about half HP backline here. Admiral Bulldog getting focused. Meanwhile, Dendi is just cleaning house. EGM comes on the right side, trying to help us out. Like Hiroki gets picked off. Flamebreaker on 3. Funnick's trying to survive. Sprout giving vision. And Admiral Bulldog trying to get a kill on Funnick. Firefly on the low ground. He's gonna be fine. He will have a Blink Dagger up very, very soon.
Still Roshan stands. This time, Dendi wants to go in. While that's happening, Batrider's back to the pit. It's low. There's no black hole. Is there a way to steal this? S4 looking to leave. Roche is low. Can he grab it in time? Dendi backs off. BKB's up. On the backside, Funnick falls, but EGM will as well. And now, Roshan just with a sliver of HP. If Dendi gets this, if he gets this, they might not be able to stop him.
S4, TP back in here, and he bashes. There's a stun on Dendi. Dendi's dropping low. Roshan!
S4 picks up the Aegis. Alliance is still in game 5.
Back in the mid lane, Loda looking for a chase. Puppy barely gets away. Kuroki barely gets away. 22-19. And Dendi just dropped a beyond godlike streak to S4.
Gold heading Alliance's way. Experience heading Alliance's way. Is this the makings of one of the biggest comebacks, hell, perhaps the biggest in the history of Dota? On this stage, in this moment, can they find a way? S4, he got the Aegis, he got his Blink, and now he's moving through the jungle. Kuroki stealing the orb, the Waning Rift actually, and backing off. Bulldog up to 2.7k gold. Loda, BKB, not that far off. And with no Aegis, can NaVi keep on snowballing? There is 3k gold on Dendi. Havos, no item progression at all. Puppy, no BKB. Kuroki, no Blink Dagger, and no Force Staff on Funnick. It seems like Alliance may, just may, have started to turn the tide.
They have to keep playing on perfect until the game ends because I believe that NaVi has a better lineup walking into this matchup because once Puppy gets his BKB, what is the answer to him? There is no answer.
The only answer is to avoid Black Hole or catch him.
That is not a good answer to avoid
Tether
Black Hole.
stun into Reality Rift.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's tough.
Maybe a Scythe. Puppy, sure, he's got Black Hole, but Alliance do have the superior split push. And we've seen them win so many games at this very event using that style. Bulldog on his Prophet. Once upon a time, Lone Druid was his go-to hero, but nowadays, it seems Prophet just might be it. In comes Funnick, scouting out through the river. He's Fireflied up, looking to leap. He could go on Bulldog. Bulldog, though, Shadow Blade up and backing off. NaVi always wanting to fight. They're going to force one again. Meanwhile, Wisp CK grouped up top. Loda, he's got a BKB recipe now. All he needs is a Mithril Hammer. 1,500 gold, and then he may be able to take some big fights for Alliance.
This is a very important push for NaVi. They gotta keep in mind that there is gonna be a relocate coming in, and any second they're gonna waste on the bot lane, not getting a tower, is Loda farming up top. So they gotta make it quick. If they're ganking, make it quick. If they're pushing, make it quick. If not, just back off.
For now, Alliance, as long as they're not getting picked off, Loda is farming, Bulldog is farming, S4 is alive for now and clearing the wave. So they're farming a little bit more than NaVi. The gold is dipping their way. It's kind of plateaued for now. Remember though, they've used a lot more buybacks, and S4 getting towards his next item now. He's already got his blink now. We'll see what he works towards. A lot of options available for him. What are you thinking, Lumi? Is this a Scythe of Ice?
Scythe of Ice is always your go-to option. I don't see anything that could be useful. Things like Force Staff, for example, or things like Yule Scepter, they are just not that useful. Maybe if you truly are afraid of Dendi, you could go Gold Scepter for yourself. But I think if you want to win this game, maybe you have to go late, and I think Scythe of Ice is the best option.
Yeah, and Scythe of Ice is also a play-to-win kind of item. You get a Ghost Scepter, that's a play not to lose. And it feels like if you're just trying not to lose against NaVi, they're going to punish you for that. They're going to force fights. And sure, you run, but you're not killing anyone. You're not dealing with Puppy.
Radiant's bottom
I agree. I lean towards the Scythe here. Now they're pushing bottom. The tower will fall. Alliance still in this game. Still in this game. 24 minutes in. That Roche fight could have sealed their fate, but somehow, some way, using that dire advantage, they found a way. They're hanging on. And now NaVi, such a fast start. Can they keep it up? Can they push the final mile, the last leg of their journey, and take home the trophy?
Alliance perhaps had some fate going their way with that Roshan. It was bashing Dendi non-stop. But, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, as we see S4 securing that Aegis. Top tower is going to go to NaVi as well. And
NaVi strikes back. They take a tier 1 top, one step closer. The towers are starting to fall in a big way. The territory for both teams that they safely control shrinks, and soon we may have a decisive clash. Dendi up to 2.3k gold. Daedalus will be his next destination. It's coming soon. For now, he saves for buyback, but only for now. And keep an eye on him. By himself, even if Loda uses Phantasm, some well-placed side blades can blow him up. But Loda will get the biggest item for now. It's his BKB. And now, if anyone for NaVi tries to fight on their own, a relocate BKB gank, there is no way to deal with it.
NaVi will slowly push down the top tower. They're not receiving any response just yet. They do see a TP away from the top lane. Havos has TP away. It's time to run. You cannot fight without Havos. BKB gets activated by Loda. Misclick, perhaps?
Thought they were going to relocate, I guess. I heard the BKB and I thought he was coming in. So
bot lane here, S4 trying to run, and he should be okay.
Dire tower. Dire gets the tier 2. Not denied by NaVi. That's a 10-second BKB charge. I believe NaVi did see it. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, those BKB charges matter.
They do.
Sure, there's Black Hole, there's Lasso, there's physical damage from Dendi, but there's a lot of other stuns. Now Havos, a BKB of his own. It seems like NaVi have said if we get enough BKBs, there is nothing the Alliance can do to stop us.
I do definitely believe that Alliance is right now split pushing a bit better. Simply because they have the ability to relocate and join in if S4, for example, ever got in trouble on that bot lane. So he was able to get a tier 2 tower. And I think NaVi don't really want to fight until the Aegis runs out. And guess what? Aegis down about 24 minutes. Yeah, 24 seconds.
Trap detonated mid. Gem picked up by your Rubik for Kuroki. BKB for Puppey. This next Roche class will be hotly contested by both teams. For Alliance, they're going to have some big items of their own. S4 might manage to farm a site device. Bulldog will have his, and Alliance will have their shots in this next clash.
Yeah, I just want to comment on how well Dendy's been map controlling for his team. If you look at the mini-map, all those green dots are just Navi's traps all over the place. It's scouting Roshan, it's scouting the mid lane. It really helps you to know where that Wisp is, to see if the relocate gank is coming. Also, it helps your bat to find those ganks, and so far, he's perching on the mid lane. Not going to see anyone just yet.
If it goes on like this, you have to look at Alliance and say, some of these heroes aren't necessarily that useful in a fight late game. Like they always have the better split push, and we know that. But in a fight, Crystal Maiden, once Navi have mass BKB, she's not going to do anything. Wisp, sure, a fantastic hero to buff up your carry, but if the enemy team is mass BKBs and you're not stunning them, then, well, she's just dying to the mass burst damage of Navi. Even a Nature's Prophet, faster farmer than anyone on Navi's side, but doesn't use the items as well in the clashes. S4, Puck, weak against BKBs, reliant on the site. Navi, it seems like their heroes will use the farm a bit better. And right now, the farm is still their way. Now a Daedalus, and now we can really say open Dendy.
Yeah,
now he's going to hurt.
It also depends on how these team fights are going. BKB's nice for that 10-second duration or 9-second duration, but if the team fight goes longer than that, and we definitely saw team fights, the Roshan pick going way longer than that. That Crystal Maiden is suddenly frostbite, but S4, talk about that later, trying to blink out, he will make it out alive, and he'll jaunt to the right side as well. S4 says, not today.
Too fast for now. Now a site picked up on your Admiral Bulldog, Nature's Prophet.
That's huge.
And by the way, he's very close to buyback if he doesn't already have it. In fact, he does. Reliable gold 1100, really managing his economy wisely. So Navi, they've got a gem, they've got a BKB Daedalus on Dendy, 4-staff blink on the back. They've got all these items to fight now. Mass BKBs as well. Do they fight? Should they fight?
I think they do. When you have BKB Black Hole, Alliance have to tread carefully. The only thing they have to go against it is an instant stun coming out from a Reality Rift tether stun, so your Wisp and CK's relocate have to be on top. So here we go.
So they're forcing the tier 2 bottom, and they're doing it shortly before Roshan respawn. There's only a few minutes to go, 1.5 to 2 at most, and that means that Alliance will have a harder time contesting this. So instead, Alliance says, we don't want to fight against your 5-man. We're going to rely on our split push. The tier 2 bottom falls. Navi, yet another tower for them. 2 remaining for both teams, but
if he cancels some TPs,
he's on the prowl. Boast maybe in trouble. Boast is going to head the other way. Did spot him in his daytime and jukes out.
Yeah, when the entire Navi team TPs out like that, anybody that S4 could find is an instant easy kill because you have Wisp as well as Loda coming back in. So you can see how Wisp really is turning kind of adding a whole bunch of extra elements in this game.
Absolutely. Now Funnick in the jungle, continuing to farm, but here they go. They spotted him out. He's caught. He will be picked off.
Will you not rise in my presence?
Just great movement around the map. Alliance, these wards are just every single ward. They had so many earlier, now they've only got one, but this is what when you run Wisp, you don't just pick Wisp and say, okay, we win, Wisp is a good hero, she's too strong. But you run Wisp and you have wards to back it up, you have other gankers to back it up, you move in a way that supports the Wisp, and now, well, they might catch S4.
S4,
oh, he's in trouble.
The stun in the face.
What a player!
Not today.
What a friggin' player!
Not today.
But Dendy's on the hunt. He's not giving up that easy. No, he'll back off. Man, by the way, he had no idea that was coming. No vision, no wards to speak of. That was pure reactions from S4. He saw the stun coming and he hit that face shit too. And it might sound easy, but trust me, it's not.
That earlier kill in the jungle for a Bat Rider, that's actually a huge deal for Navi because, I mean, if you can't farm your jungle as one of your most survivable hero, a Bat Rider with Blink and a 4-staff, that's issue because where do you find? You have to farm as 3 or 4, and credit to, again, Lions not taking really kind of bad fights. If you look at the experience graph, it's dipped down to 0 at this point. Again, if there's nothing really happening, Alliance is the lineup with Wisp, they could find more efficient farm. Navi's going to try to take Roshan once again, but they got burned there last time. They got to be careful.
Puppey does have that BKB, but always the Scythe could pose trouble for him, and he's on the high ground. He's in a very bold move. Roche dropping fast. No reaction from Alliance, so they just give this up. They're still not committing. Now, they found S4. He's the key to their success in these fights, and he does die. He's got a buyback, but it's too late. Roche is dead. Puppey moving forward. Aegis to Navi, and now it's time to see what they're really made of. They're pushing in mid, and they may just force the high ground.
Great split split push coming in from Admiral Bulldog trying to pressure top.
I don't know if it's fast enough.
It's
though.
not. It's not. Tier 2 is going to drop in the mid lane very quickly. I think NaVi, they want to go high ground. They see the victory. They need to claim it. 33 seconds. If they can force out a buyback from Puck, that's an extra. Yeah, there's a buyback. There you go.
Do they back? They're sticking around mid. They really want to fight. They're going to stay on the high ground. They pop the mech. There's their trap deployed. Meanwhile, the Alliance pushing the top lane, pushing the bottom lane, but the tier 3 mid falls. NaVi going for the mid Rex, dropping it fast. Alliance, no sign of wanting to defend. S4 is here. Ake baits out a stun. NaVi not finishing the Rex yet, but they've lifted S4. He just bought back. If he dies, that could be game. Blinks away. They take the Rex.
All TP. TP quick right now. S4 is going to try to cancel as many as possible. He'll cancel 3. My God. Funnick's going to try to TP, but he's going to defend against everybody. Meanwhile, Loda working on the melee racks on the bot. Reality Rip. Oh, Funnick, you are getting stopped hard. He's going to get back out, but the racks in huge trouble. They will defend.
Alliance outmaneuvering NaVi. Have almost taken
Rex, Loda.
That's 2. That's Kuroki. He's dead. Kuroki's down. Loda, Alliance, the kings in the north.
Lane, Admiral Bulldog hexes on Funnick. Funnick's gonna go down as well. Oh my God, Alliance.
They're doing it. The Alliance is doing it. 2 lanes of Rex. It's so hard to come back now. NaVi, they've got it.
Not done yet. Havo sees Loda. Can you drop that stun?
EGM.
Oh, BKB, TP. Oh my God. EGM's gonna try to TP as well. We need a Malefice. We will get a Malefice.
NaVi not 100% out yet, but they're up against Profit. They're up against Relocate. They're down to Racks. The gold, the experience, so even. It comes down to buybacks. It comes down to who pushes faster. You look at the buybacks. Everyone's got one except for S4. He's still dead. He won't have a sight. Man, Lumi, what a play. 3 hero Dream Coil wins them 2 lanes of Rax. Without that, they lose a Rax and they don't get one. This Rax, the tier 3 had just fallen. The Rax was still at full HP. The bottom Rax was sitting at 3/4. S4, despite getting completely crushed mid lane, is showing why he's respected as one of the very best, if not the best solo mids in the world. Not necessarily for winning his lane, but for his mid-game decision making.
It was amazing pressure being played on the both side lanes by Alliance. It forces a quick rotation from NaVi, and I think NaVi perhaps they panicked a little bit. They're saying we need to defend our base, and they TP right in front of the Alliance base, and of course they got Dream Coil cancelled. So NaVi cannot make any more mistake this game. Havos invis on the mid lane. He says, "Can we get something going?"
They're going on Loda now. Loda.
No BKB this time.
He's dropping fast. There's a black hole from Brubby. No, there's not. It's on cooldown. Unable to use it. Loda low. Armlet toggling on. He's still got BKB. He's baiting this with buyback. EGM's low. EGM not dead yet. Loda standing strong. And Blake's Funnick caught by the tether stun. He might end up being in trouble. EGM running, but will get caught. Loda as well. Do NaVi go throne? Do they do it right now? Is it all in?
They don't have enough time to throw him right now. Keep in mind that Admiral Bulldog pressuring in the bot lane as well. NaVi, I think they have to back off. No, they said we want to go in. Havos, no BKB. Nice goal set after blocking the stun, but he gets lifted. EGM, oh no, Ake and Udra. What a crit!
Dandy unloads, but it's Bulldog
bot lane.
Going for the throne. There's no glyph. They must defend.
Oh, S4 is going to try to jump to the right side. He won't make it there, but again, Bulldog trying to get the Rex. Puppy's here. He's got to drop the Malefice, but he has to respect the Hex as well. Admiral Bulldog could just Hex him and kill him.
EGM, he's still alive. He's baiting them all. Bulldog still working on those tier 4 towers. Alliance losing 2, but they get 1. Gem hits the deck. Still, the creep's pushing in. The base might soon fall. It's coming down to the wire. Bulldog, cat and mouse with Puppy. The tier 4's in jeopardy. NaVi running out of options. It's a Necro 3. It's all in on the push.
Oh my God, Rax is gonna go down. We're gonna see a TP from Dendi, and that will drive Admiral Bulldog out of the base. Meanwhile, you see Havos still trying to run. Every buyback being spent on both sides.
But look at the damage he did. That's the last tier 4. The way to the throne is now open. Admiral, Bulldog, Alliance, they find a pickup as well. They found a Vos. He BKBs. Does he get out in time? No crits. No crits. He will live.
Oh my God.
So NaVi, they They're out of options here. They gotta force a fight and take Rax very soon. They're not gonna win in a war of split push.
They are not going to win in a war of attrition because you have relocate, you have Prophet TP.
Oh, look at it, look at it. Boots of Travel and Puppey. He's got BKB, he's got Blink, he's got Black Hole.
There's no way you're going to break 2 tier 4 towers before they break the throne because there's just no damage output from NaVi.
Yeah, they've got a lot of damage, but things like Meld don't help you against towers. There's no Desolator on this team. You can't crit on structures. They're not the best lineup to push the base. Alliance, fantastic pushing lineup. Now they're relaxing. They're sitting back. They know the next Roche is coming in a few minutes. Pressure's on NaVi. For Alliance, farm your buybacks, wait for the next Roche. If you take the next Roche, you pretty much can just throw bodies at the throne and win the game via that.
You gotta keep in mind that also if you take the Roshan, that will give the Radiant, and they have the glyph already available, so I think perhaps they're trying to angle for a bait. Meanwhile, you see Puppey smoked up in the base. He has a Breach of Travel. He's looking to join his allies, but it has to be a clean sweep. If you leave Admiral Bulldog, the base.
Meanwhile, slow, steady siege, 2 TPs drawn back. This throne.
Oh, 1 micro! Kills the gem, a little bit of extra gold.
Kills the gem. Was there anything?
Not gem, the courier.
Nothing on that
It was
courier.
going to the secret shop.
The Weasel Crow falls. There was nothing on it, but it's just gold, and it's a courier they don't have. By the way, I do want to point out, Admiral Bulldog bought that Necro 3 from the enemy fountain, so that's some next level stuff.
It definitely was.
All the little things right now, they matter so much. They're magnified in the big spotlight, in the moment. NaVi, backs against the wall. If they can win this game, then they really deserve the title of champions. But right now, Alliance have battled back. It looked to be Navi's game, and yet here they stand. It's not about the kills. It's not about the gold. It's about the throne. And right now, Navi's throne exposed. Alliance is standing strong. Tier 4's up. Glyph is up, and the throne at full HP.
I think what Admiral Bulldog's going for with his ultimate orb is going to be a Mantis style. Just have as many things as you can to throw.
Push as quickly as possible.
Throw at the throne, throw your Necropros, throw your Manta Illusion, make sure in that one final push that Alliance is going to try to win with. They will try to surround the throne from all sides and siege.
$2 million hangs in the balance. 1.4 million and then some to the winner. Only 600,000 to the loser. Nobody will settle for second place. Who's going to claim it? Who's going to rip it away? We're still waiting. And once this Roche comes, I think we're going to see it decided. Because if Alliance gets that, NaVi have to know the chances of a comeback get virtually impossible.
Also, NaVi's definitely running out of resources. There's no Smoke of the Seed available in their shop. Meanwhile, Alliance has 2. So there's a lot of options for Alliance in terms of how they want to angle this. They could take the Roshan. They could force a 5-man team fight in the enemy base. Keep in mind that when you have buyback, you could buyback and relocate in. So if you add buybacks, if you add Aegis, and if you add relocate, and if you add teleport buybacks, that's like 9-10 lives that NaVi has to deal with. Do they have enough?
Alliance, like you said, they should have the strategic advantage in a throne race, in a base race. 2 lanes broken down, tier 4s to fall. But if you're a NaVi fan, you must believe in miracles now. You can't count them out yet. They've been in these incredible situations before. Can they find a way? Loda now, DD. This is very important in a base race. He's going bottom lane. He's got his Phantasm maxed out now. There's a glyph on NaVi. They've all got TPs. We also should keep an eye on that to make sure.
You gotta keep
everyone with TPs. Right now, for Alliance, they don't have that many, but they've got all the TP abilities. Teleportation, relocate is there.
Yeah, you also have to keep track of buyback. Hovosa's got 1. We have 1 on Rubik and 1 on Dendi. That's all of NaVi's buybacks.
NaVi, they felt like they had this game in their grasp. You could sense it. They were confident.
Admiral,
they pushed
if he gets caught here, they see him. They know where he is.
The trap's there? No, they don't. No wards. Gem out of range. Speaking of which, Gem's another important resource. And right now, there is a gem on the side of both teams. S4 carrying run, and I believe it is Funnick the other.
Vol's picking up Breach of Travel as well. That's definitely the item that you want in this stage of the game.
Roshan up in 30 seconds. The clock's ticking right now. NaVi, they know they have to fight Roche, and they also know Bulldog's going to come straight for the throne. He's going to go for the jugular. He wants to chop them off at the knees and end this game. They know Loda can relocate in. If those TPs get canceled, if they get caught, they could lose without ever getting to fight. Will S4 be the hero? Will he play that role yet again? He's already been the hero thus far. Can he do it one more time?
Yeah, you can see that NaVi is trying to gank 4-3-man parties, 4-man parties. If they find a pickoff, they have more options to do with what they want to do. Not having smoke at the sea at this stage of the game is a huge deal because those ganks are going to be less efficient. It's going to be less reliable as well. But they are definitely pushing out the base. They also have to keep in mind that relocate gank is always an option with CK Wisp. But here comes a big push down the top lane. I really don't think Alliance need to do this. They could just play it slow and go for the Roshan.
And that's what they're doing.
They turn back.
They push it past the river as a group, then they back off. They've got the wards. They don't necessarily know that NaVi don't have smokes.
All these treants. Damage is damage. Can't let them in.
Every little bit. The throne, it does regen slowly, so it will gain back some HP. Dendi cleaving them through. He says, not today. Meanwhile, there are Eidolons at the pit, and that is worth noting is that they can boots of travel to those Eidolons. So in a throne race, NaVi have a much inferior option to try and TP around the map, but they do have some ability to move around the map. It's all these little things.
I think the best possibility of a throne race was perhaps smoking in through the mid lane and start a fight there. And if Alliance decides to throne race you, you boot your travel back.
It's hard to say though. Here we go. Could be a huge clash in the river.
Blink,
Malefice as well. He will get Claudia's buyback. It's a Crystal Maiden down, but the push comes top. It's a nice pick for NaVi. It's not enough to put this game in their grasp.
They can't roach. They don't have enough damage. They don't have enough time.
Oh, cancel TP. He's out. He canceled the beat. Puppy. He's not going to be back in the base.
He's got BKB, but no boots of travel. Coil on two.
Cancels Dendi's TP as well. They are in huge trouble.
Funix caught. Now if they go for the throne, it could be game. Funix down. Alliance are doing it. They need a little more of those to fall. Throne in jeopardy. There's a glyph. It could be their last stand.
Dendi's back. He's going to try to focus everybody, but there's so much stuff hitting on the throne. There's no more glyph available. Down to about half HP, a quarter HP. Alliance surrounding from all sides.
BKB, they want this round. They're going to do it. The Kings of the North.
Alliance wins. They win TI3.
The Alliance just won $1.4 million. They are your International 3 champions. They have taken home the first ever International for the Swedes.
One more time for your champions! Congratulations! Congratulations! I think I can speak for everyone watching at home and everyone in the audience when I say we were all having heart attacks for that entire last, 20 seconds. How do you feel right now?
It's hard to describe. I just can't believe it. I don't have no words.
Talk to me about the moment you knew you had grabbed the game back.
Well, sorry.
Tell me about the moment you knew you got the game back.
Oh my god, it's amazing. To beat NaVi 3-2, oh my god. We never knew when we got the game back. It was so close. We were, oh my god. Oh, I can't speak.
What do you have to say to these guys who really put up a couple of really great games?
A big thank you to NaVi. They are great players and persons. Thanks to all the fans, the audience, all the Dota players for making this possible. Thank you. Thank you.
James, back to you.
Unbelievable. Alliance grabbed the championship, guys. Just what a game. I couldn't believe it. It was a magical game to a magical tournament, and it was like S4, the whole team, I have to say, was amazing. But I had notes on S4 here, and I was like, Puck, prior 15 minutes, terrible laning phase, terrible engagements. S4 isn't handling the pressure right now, and then all of a sudden, at the end, he just made magical plays. I couldn't believe how different it was, and just how they stepped up in the moment.
That was just amazing. The way he just, it's something so simple. He cancels TPs, but
someone called it the $1 million puck out.
And it really was. That was amazing.
Yeah.
He jumped in. I think he got 3 or 4 TPs cancelled.
The first time?
Yeah, the first time. And then the second time around, which was where the throne fell, 2 TPs right on the money. Oh my god, spectacular. I don't know what to say about this game. I'm just I ran in here thinking NaVi had it in the bag, because I was sitting between the audience. Then S4 happened at Roshan, and
that was actually Admiral Bulldog, I have to say, because Admiral Bulldog, he took down the refraction charges with Treant.
That was ridiculous.
That was where I was running into the hall, maybe, because I was NaVi just won.
Yeah, it was Admiral Bulldog was, I think, overall that game probably one of the most solid players, solid decision makings. He was so good, and also EGM was absolutely fantastic. Okay, the whole team was amazing, but that moment when that happened, I was like, this is not meant to happen. This is not meant to happen. And S4 gets the Aegis,
and Dendy died in a matter of a second. Dendy actually had over 3,000 gold on him at the time. If he had bought anything, that fight would have gone completely differently. But I mean, I can't fault Dendy for his play. He was 17-2 at one point, totally carrying NaVi. And Havos at 1v4 on the bottom.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And just to think about how good you have to be at decision making when you know that NaVi are ahead, and when they come to your base, you cannot defend. So you're like, well,
let's base trade.
2 racks for 1. 2 melee racks.
They shouldn't have been able to do that. NaVi didn't see it coming, otherwise they would have reacted better.
S4
no
got
one
picked
expected.
off. He got picked off before, so NaVi had a huge advantage going into that.
Yeah, S4 was just messing with him, man. He was like, look how bad I am. Oh no, I've died. And then they're like, oh, we've just killed S4. Let's just take and then he buys back and he's like, only joking.
Yeah. That was
it's amazing.
And how amazing is also Admiral Bulldog when they got the Raxis, just buying that Necro 3, putting all the pressure there, hiding with the Enigma. All the team was amazing.
We have to also give it up to NaVi. It takes to have a great champion, you need a great competitor, and that's exactly what they were. And we're going to go to a Casey with an interview. The runners-up, it's Puppy from NaVi.
What Puppy requests, I deliver. He wanted to sit down.
We're not going to.
No, we're not. No. How are you doing? That was still such an exciting few games to watch. You guys did an amazing job.
It was quite crazy games, I got to agree. It was probably the most intense grand final I've ever played. And they showed some crazy games, right? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
What was most surprising to you, the way that the games went?
Most of the games had to be most likely a stomp. I think the one that gets the advantage is going to go roll with it. So we lost first game. Second game we won with a stomp. Third game also it was kind of even, but we always had the upper hand somehow. And the fourth game was also a little bit fail of us. They kind of started snowballing us. We thought we were stronger maybe at pushing bottom lane, and then we couldn't take the game back. Fifth game was pretty much an even Steven, crazy all around moves and stuff. We had a lot of luck in this tournament, and that's Alchemix getting first bloods and double kills and stuff was absolutely lucky, I guess, for us. And crazy.
Very crazy, and so many people, such huge fans of yours, watching at home on streaming and out there in the hall. What do you have to say to them?
I love all of my fans. I give them autographs all the time, and I can stay as long as in the booth as I can, as humanly possible. And let's say I love Dota too.
Thank you so much.
Two things that I love right now.
And congratulations, you guys came such a long way. It was great to see you guys back, and thanks for being so nice and generous with your time with me this time. I've enjoyed getting to know you.
you know, I appreciate, you know, you're a Dota fan probably, aren't you?
I am now.
You are now?
Yeah.
Of course, so you're connected to Dota, everything I like already, you know. I don't even care if you're like something, I'm not going to even go.
No, you know, I think we should send it back to James. That would be a good time.
Thank you. Thank you, Casey. And Puppy, stop trying to mess her throws up. I think Puppy, generally, he actually seems pretty cool about it. I think he actually enjoyed the fact that it was a great finals. Like, Puppy is just a lover of Dota in terms of strategy, plays, tactics, and I think Alliance, of course, they push him to the limits, and he enjoyed it. And he also said, you know, the team that took the advantage would normally win, but that wasn't the case on the last game.
I don't want people to get this the wrong way, but NaVi and Puppy is like the greatest losers. Last year we saw them lift Ferrari up and just celebrate their victory with them. And this time around, like, what great sportsmanship. I'm just so impressed by NaVi's heart in the game and how Puppy is able to sit down with Casey afterwards and be like, I love Dota, I love my fans, I love everything about this game. It's just so admirable.
Yeah, and we're going to get Casey to join us on the panel before we say goodbye to tonight. But before we do, let's also take a look at some of the highlights of game number 5 between Alliance and NaVi. And here you can see this is the split push, and there you go. It's 3 people into